The Flip Side with Michael Loftus is brought to you by Islam, keeping the world safe from dangerous cartoons.
Thunder! The thunder! Welcome back to The Flip Side. I'm Michael Loftus. We're very fortunate because joining me right now is Sharyl Attkisson. She's an investigative reporter who was at CBS for many years, and she's won all kinds of Emmys for her work, her investigative reports. She's got a new book out called Stonewalled. It's fantastic. So please help me welcome Sharyl Attkisson. She's here. Hey, thanks for coming and joining us at the clubhouse.
Glad I found you. I was lost back there, kind of wandering around.
I know. There's the library and the billiard room and
awesome.
The holodeck. Just a quick overview. Tell us in short what happened.
In the middle of a lot of pushback for this kind of hard-nosed reporting that I was doing and was known for, my producer and I, some sources approached us and said that we were probably likely being monitored, at least I and my family perhaps, because of the type of reporting that I was done. And these sources who were familiar with government practices said that the government was pushing the envelope as in surveillance of private citizens like they had never seen, and they were concerned. This is before we knew about what the government was doing to Associated Press reporters and the Fox News reporter and so on.
The beginning of this book, it's like a spy novel. And there's like this crazy wire hanging out of the Verizon box, and you have a guy come out, like, it was like New Year's Day or something?
Yes, right.
And the guy shows up, and like, what's Verizon doing there on the New Year's Day? And I'm reading the book, I'm like, that guy's not from Verizon! He's not from Verizon!
When he came to my house, he handed me a business card handwritten with his name on it.
That should be a sign, Cheryl.
Well,
a handwritten business card.
I'm told they do that sometimes.
Yeah, well, the CIA doesn't go to Vistaprint.
I told him to leave the cable that he removed, the FiOS wire, because I was going to have it looked at by somebody. And when I went back to check where he had put it later, when my husband actually went out to look, it was gone, so somebody took it. So I called Mr. Verizon man every day almost for 30 days, sometimes twice a day, just to follow up with him. And, you know, he went from saying, I'm your guy, to never returning any of my calls.
I was very angry with you. And I'm reading the book, yeah, keep the wire!
Up to that point, there were a lot of strange things, but I really never dreamed, A, that the government or anybody would be surveilling me, and B, that we would find evidence of it. But there's very little outrage. I mean, I feel like it's just almost sort of accepted that, yes, this is what happens today.
Yes.
Journalists kind of accept, my colleagues, because I speak to them, they assume the government could be looking in on their work, but there's not the sense of outrage that you would expect.
That's what I wanted to talk about. People are just like, yeah, so yeah, the government was in there, and they were looking at your stuff, and they were hacking, and they were listening to your phone conversations, and they were probably hacked into your Skype as well, and they broke into CBS, and
we haven't done a great job of getting together and doing something about these things that we see as erosion of very crucial rights in this country, public rights and press rights. And there's been this unprecedented crackdown on anybody inside the government who might be telling the truth about these sorts of things. They are not to talk to journalists. They may be prosecuted for doing so. It's a big chill.
I guess the Obama administration tried to like paint you as a big, just like a conspiracy theorist.
There's key words they use. I mean, I talk about this in the book. It's not just me and it's not just the Obama administration, but there are key strategies that are used now, tactics that are employed, propaganda and PR tactics. When there's a story that they don't like, instead of just attacking the facts, which can be very difficult, they controversialize, you know, the entire news outlet that may be publishing the story,